There go the fans. Greetings from the Library Cave. I am Aspen Dracaena, your friendly neighborhood Ice Dragon Bookwyrm VTuber. And so this mini game, the mini game that I left off on Okami. So I watched the video of it. I made a cheat sheet. Hi, honey. And I was looking at the comments, and people were saying that this is a particularly hard mini game. I have my instructions. I'm hoping they'll work. But yeah, I'm a little nervous about it because some people are like, it took them a full day of playing before they got through it. Let's see how this goes. This may be the breaking point for me for Okami. I love this game so much, but this might be too hard for me. I don't know. We're getting into Souls-like territory, I think. So here, let me switch to the live screen, and I'm gonna open up Okami. Yeah. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how it goes. That line never gets old. It's adorable. My beloved son with whom I am well pleased. Everybody needs to hear things like that. Okay. Alright, let's see. I think I'm just gonna have to jump right in. Okami. Alright, so where are we? I don't even remember where we are, y'all, people. I'm trying to be better about not saying guys because I'm trying to be inclusive. Yeah, okay, so now I have to remember where I actually went to go into the minigame. So there's... Okay, I think I go through here, or I go around. Hang on, let me see. Let me do something real quick. Oh, yes. So Panda just said in the comments. Hang on, my earphones are a little loud. So, Panda just mentioned in chat that I need to remind everybody about the schedule next week. I'm not going to give too many details about what's going on, but Panda and I will be taking a really, really big trip together. We'll probably talk about it after we come back, because there's a very cool event we're going to. I'm not going to name it yet, but we are going to be doing something together. So I maybe will do... I'm not sure if I'll be streaming Tuesday night, actually. I might pretty much be gone the whole week. My last stream essentially will be on Sunday before we leave. So, yeah. We will keep you guys updated on some things, of course. But, and we will be back. But we're having a very, very, very important trip, let's just say. And we're both very excited about it. And, let's see. Sunken ship. No, that's not what I was looking for. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find my guide. It disappeared on my tablet. Okami HD walkthrough. Here we go. No, that's not what I'm looking for. I am looking for... it is that one. Let's see. I know another way to do this. I'm sorry. I am a little bit unprepared tonight. Let me see. What am I looking at? Okay. I know where to look. I know where to get this. It's funny how those things regenerate. You're home alone, LT. Yeah. And don't let anybody in the house, especially not a couple of strange men who are trying to steal from us. Thank you. I know where to get this. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I've almost got it. I almost have it. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Where is it? Where is it? I know I'm getting close. Almost there. There we go. Yes, I got it. There we go. Okay. So, where do I need to go now? Okay. 427. It's gonna take me a moment. So, human mother drove me a little crazy today. She left the house quite a mess. I was actually going to start stream a little earlier, but then I went downstairs to refill my water and found just a horrible, horrible mess. And I was very upset. She left a lot of mess. I think the thing that's going on right now. Yeah, don't let the guy with the bald head and the guy with the messed up teeth in. Exactly. Anyway, yeah. So she left the house quite a mess, and I'm a little upset because, you know, that's a lot for me to deal with. I want to help her the best I can, but it's also hard when she leaves everything kind of messy. So, Salsa Sanctuary. Ascend the multiple sets of... Okay, so there's multiple stairways. I think I have to go back through here. Alright, we're going to stairways. Up. Yes, I'm remembering now. Okay. We go up here. I think there's a cutscene that we're going to see. Or we might have saved after the cutscene, so... I'm not sure though. Yes. Alright, so let's talk to Old Man Bamboo. No, Kaguya! Kaguya! Pull yourself together, Gramps. Quick, Amy. We gotta help Kaguya. Help Kaguya. I like how it said yes. Only the responsible friends who do their homework. Okay, LT? Only the responsible friends who do their homework. I trust those guys. Alright. Okay, let's see. Alright. There we go. Dig. Dig. Okay. Ran dirt to the Swipe stone. Okay, and then... No. Ah! Shoot. What? Oh, shoot. Okay. Kaguya? I am doing so poorly right now. There we go. Okay, get some time back. Okay, so I need to... I wish I could pause for a moment. Dig next or directly below. Break stone to your right. Ah! Alright, and then ram dirt to the right, swipe stone to the right. Okay, and then ram dirt to the right. And then I think I swipe stone down here. Okay, and then ram dirt, dig dirt below. Ram dirt to the left. Swipe stone to the left. Okay. No. Retry. Okay. This is hard. Yeah, I do wish I had commands like Kaguya. It's a little unfair. But I got about halfway through it. This may take me all night, and I apologize, okay? But this may take me all night. Just warning you. Retry. Okay, so. Swipe on stone. Oh. Ah! Dig. Okay. All right. Okay, and then dig. Okay, Kaguya. No. Okay, hang on. Shoot. Did she not show up? I've lost her. Fred. No, she's there. No! Ugh. Okay. Ah! Kaguya! Okay. I might as well do this. Okay. Okay. Breaks into right, swipe it. Ram, dirt to right. Ram, dirt to right. Okay. Ah, shoot. This is not good. Kaguya. She is slowing me down so bad. I have to do this. Okay. No, I'm not gonna... Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I'm just gonna not make it. Okay. I'm gonna try a few things, though. Alright, so I have to go down. Dig dirt below. Ram dirt to left. Wait. Okay. And then go down here. Yep. Yeah, this game is quite evil. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Kaguya. I wonder if I just keep going. Ugh. Alright. I want to see what will... Okay. Nope. I'm not going to get down with Kaguya, but at least I can try. Ah, jeez. Swipe down to left. I'm lost. I am lost. Here, I think we go down. Yes, and then there's a water down here. Okay, so... Up. I'm getting some practice, at least. I think that was just to bring her down. Water. Swipe to some spell, ram dirt to left. I wonder if I actually have to do that part. Oh my god. How is that not working? They make it so hard to jump. Okay. Kaguya. Okay. Okay, and all right, dig. Dig. Kaguya. No. What? Okay. Alright, we'll ram that while we're waiting. Okay, and then I believe we're going down. Actually... Oh, I messed up. Oh, I messed up. But, here. Look. I'll get some yen. Okay, I did mess up. I needed to go down one more. Okay, well... We're stuck anyway, so might as well. I'm not going to get up high enough to get out of there. Oh, that sucks. I was doing so well. Yeah, I was doing so well. I didn't go down far enough on the other side. Okay, just come on. And now Kaguya's stuck. Yes, retry. Okay, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Yeah, there are people in the comments on the YouTube guide who are like, this is harder than any of the bosses. That this mini game is just impossible. Okay, there she goes. Alright, Kaguya, you're swiping over here. Kaguya, you're coming with me. Ugh! Is she just hitting the spiky? Where is she? Oh my gosh, okay. Alright, Kaguya. Okay. Oh, shoot. I can't turn her around. Shoot. Okay. Alright. Okay, now I have some ink. Okay. Shoot. Okay. While I'm waiting. Okay. Kaguya, stop. Turn around. Okay. Okay. So swipe, dig, dig. Okay. Okay, and then dig. And then there. Yes. Okay, dig. And then... Alright, so hang on. Okay. Swipe stone. Okay. Ramstone. Kaguya left. Okay. Spout. Kaguya up to the left. Okay. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Why are you making this so hard? Oh, crud. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it. I made this too hard. Okay. Retry. This will be... Yeah, this will really show whether I continue this game or not. Just, I love it, but yeah. I almost wish I had somebody next to me speaking in my ear just to tell me which way to go. Alright. Kaguya. Thank you. Okay. No. Oh, come on. Don't be that particular. No! Kaguya, this way. Oh shoot, she's gonna go into the spikes. Okay. Dig. Dig. Fly over. Oh, did I do that correctly? I think I need to go down. Oh, shoot. See, now I'm confused. Okay, dig. Oh, shoot. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is... Alright. I'm gonna do this here. Dig. At least.
Hello there.
Hello! Okay. Okay. Let's get her up. Ugh. Okay. Kaguya, you're going the wrong way. Okay. Come down, take me up. Take me up. Ugh. How am I supposed to get up there? Oh my god. At least she's in the right place. Oh, shoot. Ugh. If I get too frustrated, I may switch games. Beat me up, right. Hi, Mac, how you doing? I'm trying very hard to do this level. This mini game. I got to my stumping point. Okay. I'm getting better with everything else, though. Oh, shoot. Okay. Waiting for Kaguya to show up. Well, we'll have stories to tell, I'm sure, afterwards. We'll have stories. Okay, okay. No. Kaguya there. I did not need to do that one. No, Kaguya, this way. Okay, and now I have no ink until... Okay. Kaguya, really? Here. I'm gonna do this way instead. I think I can do it this way. Yep, I can do it this way. Okay. No, this way. Kaguya, jeez. No! Oh my god, she's gonna kill me. This girl. Okay. Actually don't need that one. Okay. Alright. So. There we go. Dig, 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 dig. Okay, come on. Come on. Come on, let's do it. Oh, I'm not gonna make it. Oh, almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Okay. All right. I'm getting close. I'm getting close. But yeah, okay. If I take the entire stream to do this, I may just have to. Wait, I'm gonna quit for a second because there is something I can do before I start. And that is... Okay. Yep, yep. She's gonna go in. Okay. I need to use my Infinity Stone. So before I start... Do I have an Infinity Stone? I think I do. Yes, I do. Use. Okay, now I can go in. Yes. There we go. Now I have the Infinity Stone. That'll help. Okay. This should help tremendously. Okay, I'm just waiting for her. Kaguya. Come on, girly. Okay. You are wasting my time walking so slow. No, come this way, girly. Nope, this way. Kaguya, nope, this way. Swipe. Dig. Dig. Swipe. Swipe. There we go. Kaguya. Okay. And then we're going down here. There we go. Why does this sometimes have money in it and sometimes it doesn't? I'm very confused about that. Alright, dig. Alright. Go up that way, girl. Alright, so how do I get up here? Alright. Okay, she's where she needs to be. Okay. Shoot. Okay. Alright. Ugh. There we go. Dig. 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 Okay. Swipe all three. Kaguya. Okay, we need to go up. Okay. Wait, she's supposed to go up. Did I miss something? Oh no. I know, the bottom's right there! The infinite ink runs out. Oh, why did I do that? Oh, shoot. Okay. I don't think this one's gonna be the one, but okay. Come on. Oh shoot. Come on. Kaguya, you're doing me a dirty here. Okay. There. No! Kaguya! I know, the bottom is right there! Why is... Okay. Like, can they make this a little bit easier? Like, just a little bit? I think this is the way it worked best last time. Okay, Kaguya. Yeah, I'm trying to be very careful about the ink because I'm gonna run out of ink. I will quit and try to use the Infinity Stone again before going in. Okay. Yeah. We know the conversation. We know how this goes. No. Tools. I have plenty of them. Okay. Why am I over here? Listen, yeah, yes. I can't dive into the water. I have to do spout. And then, jump from there. It's really frustrating, honestly. I wonder if I can just, you know what, let me try something a little different. Because I feel like the game has options for me. Come on, Kaguya. Let's try this. Oh, look. Look where I am. That was faster. Look, I just saved time. Kaguya, this way. Okay. There we go. Actually, let me go over here. Let me dig down so I can get her safely. You know what? Hang on a sec. Let's try dig. Oh, I have to go in automatically. Okay. No, other way, Kaguya. Other way. Okay, let's see. Let me go double jump. There we go. Nice. Double jump worked. Double jump worked. Okay, let's see. No, Kaguya. It won't let me... Oh, shoot. Okay, we're getting better. We're getting better at this. I found the shortcut. I was wasting so much time. Okay. Okay, Kaguya, come here, girly. Okay. I know, we're gonna get there soon. Okay. Ah! Kaguya, come on. Okay. Dig. Okay, Kaguya down the water. Yep. Okay, so if I don't... okay. It won't let me... Okay, it won't let me... There we go. There we go. There we go. Again, again. Okay. Alright, Kaguya, go in the water. Why does it keep doing that? Okay. Okay. No, Kaguya. Oh, shoot. It won't let me get her out. Okay, hang on. Ugh! Yes, yes. Exactly. She is like a lemming. I know, I know. I think this game is really better designed for, for a, what do you call it? A controller. And for some reason... Ah! Okay. Kaguya, come here. Okay, where was I going? I know, it's so close. What if I can just dig down? Okay. Alright. Oh, I forgot to jump over to the other side. No! Kaguya, this way. Actually, I'm doing better on time now. That's good, because I need to buy time. I need to buy time. Okay. Alright, Kaguya. Okay. Kaguya, no. Kaguya, no. There we go. Oh my god. You guys. You guys. It's here. It's here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes! Yes! Oh god. That was excruciating. Come on, let's go. I hate that that happened during the ad break. Wait, am I supposed to dig? There we go. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. Okay. So I guess I can continue playing this game. I guess. But bamboo girl? What the heck? Looks like a bamboo shoot, except it's metal and insanely huge. This is what was calling me. It's a link to my mysterious past. Kaguya, I knew that this giant bamboo shoot was buried here in Sasa Sanctuary. You did? But... Oh, this music's beautiful. Yeah, if time ran out because I forgot to dig the last block, yeah. One day, many years ago, I came here to cut down some bamboo. Suddenly, this giant bamboo shoot appeared right before my eyes. Your cold and nearly lifeless body came tumbling out. Then this giant bamboo shoot disappeared back into the ground. You were as cold as ice and looked like you might die at any minute. I quickly picked you up and rushed home. My dearly departed wife and I nursed you back to health. We had always wanted a child. You are like a blessing from the heavens. You brought joy into our lives. I couldn't tell you the truth. I feared that if you found out, you would seek out this strange bamboo shoot. I feared that it would take you away from us forever. Don't go. Don't go, Kaguya. Grandfather. Oh. That's Isun! I always thought of you and dearly departed grandmother as my real family, and that feeling shall never fade. Though I may leave, my heart remains with you. Remember that. But I cannot stay here with you. A mysterious force is calling me. I cannot resist. I must discover where I came from. Don't worry, I will come back for you. I just need to know. So I beg you, oh grandfather dear, see me off with a smile on your face. Okay, I will, Kaguya. Go wherever you may. I only ask that when you get there, you remember one thing. You are my precious grandchild. Never forget that. You are my dearest, most precious grandchild. Oh, grandfather. His precious grandchild? Huh? Oh, I wasn't thinking about home or anything. Not really. Isun, Amaterasu. She's a lunatic. I'm forever grateful to you. I could never thank you enough for what you did for me. But please accept this as a token of my appreciation. Fire tablet. It was my sole link to my mysterious past. But now that I'm returning home, I shall need it no longer. May it help you in your travels. It is time for me to depart. Thank you, you two. Thank you, grandfather. Farewell, and may we meet again someday. Yes, so, a couple weekends ago when I was at Panda's house, I had him watch The Tale of Princess Kaguya. She actually, so the story, it is based on a classic story, the story of the bamboo cutter. And she does literally come from the moon, essentially. But it's a good movie, The Tale of Princess Kaguya. It is based on a classic Japanese fairy tale. So definitely look it up. Well, it's gone. Wonder where it's headed. I hope that bamboo girl has a safe journey wherever it leads. Essentially, yeah, she's E.T. She's an alien, essentially. She's from the moon. She was put into the bamboo to grow up on Earth. And it's a very tragic story, but it's beautiful. Hey, Ami, get the lead out. We got sidetracked helping that bamboo girl. Let's get going. We have work to do. We've got to rake that queen over the coals. She's got some explaining to do. Okay, I have no idea what we're doing next. Okay. Whee! Uh-oh. Was I too mean to the tiger? I guess I'm allowed to... Oh, nope, I fed those guys too. Now, did I went over here before too, didn't I? Okay. Alright. I think we've done everything we're supposed to up here. I don't see anything else to do. There's no cracks in the walls. Here, let me check something. Okay, so, your reward is the fire tablet. The alien says bye to Gramps. So that's what it says in the guide. The sequence is utterly strange and borderline surreal. Anyway, warp back to Himiko's joint. Trick the guards again until you're back at the Sea of Flames. Okay. Digging up bamboo. Okay, I don't remember where the Sea of Flames is. So, I'll use my handy dandy map. It's the map, it's the map, it's the diddly diddly diddly, it's the map. Okay. Zoom out. Okay, so we gotta go to... here, I'm gonna zoom out one more time if I can. Sea of Flames. I don't remember where that is. Kimiko is... Okay. Alright, well, let's just get out of here. It's been such a while that I've played this, I can't remember everything. Darn it. You know. Water, 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 the water is flowing again. Yay. Okay. The geyser, blah, blah, blah. Let's go through here. We've completed the one big objective tonight. Who cares if we get nothing done tonight? Yeah, seriously. Well, let's just walk around in this lovely, beautiful game that looks like Japanese art. We did the one thing I was hoping to accomplish. We accomplished the thing. Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to save it so I don't ever have to do that again. Yes. I never have to do that again. I hope I should cross my fingers when saying that, or knock on wood. I only think I have particle board nearby. Yeah. I think we had to go this way. Getting to the city checkpoint. I think that's where we needed to go. So we need to get to the North Ryoshima coast. Here. Is there a shopkeep? I may want to buy some more Infinity Stones. Those are useful. Sand City wouldn't be what it is today without Queen Himiko. Okay, so we're going back to Sand City. She does a wonderful job of governing this dangerous land. She's always done her best to protect us and keep her safe. I wonder why she suddenly closed off the city like that. People say there are more and more monsters outside lately. So I suppose it's wise to raise the bridge to keep them out. Anyway, I better get back to work. What can I get you today? Yes. Infinity Stones. We'll buy two. We used two, we'll buy two. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually super relieved because that was torture. That was pure torture.
Look how pretty that is over here. Pretty flowers. Pretty flowers.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you know, I've been kind of struggling a bit this time of year. Like, I think, the thing is, last year, I was starting to deal with a lot of stuff. And so this year, I think I'm kind of like, I don't know, some of the ick is coming back from how I felt last year. When you said Infinity Stones, I thought you were kidding. Turns out it wasn't the case. I was not kidding! I bought more Infinity Stones. Save. Yes, yes. I just want to make sure I'm saving as close to where I need to be as possible. The last two, yeah. Last year I was dealing with, well, I don't really want to talk about that person because, I don't think it's going to do anybody any good to talk about her. But yeah, I was dealing with some messed up stuff last year. And I think, actually, I think there was, oh gosh, yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So fun. I think we need to make better Julys. Julys should be better. What if, do I have anything sellable? Let me check my treasures. Is there anything I have multiples of here? Multiple crystals, yes. Sell. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, don't take your medications into your own hands. You really gotta make sure you're working with your medical team on that. Absolutely. Okay, so Assassin Sanctuary, yeah. Okay, so run ahead and Waka shows up suddenly to taunt Isun. Oh, for the north. Okay. So Waka may show up. And North Ryoshima coast is here. I believe. This way? Yes. Let us... I think there will be brighter times ahead. I fully believe it. I do my best to not, you know, let myself get too caught up in, yep, I've already fed them, in negativity. You know, it only takes you so far. Oh, I hate these guys. Oh. How do I defeat him again? Oh, shoot. Okay, was it this? No. Shoot. Wrong one. Okay, alright. I should probably... what was the fire one? Hang on. I should be, like, paying attention. Okay, Celestial Brush Techniques. Inferno. Okay. Inferno. That one will be useful. Wait, that was... Ah! Okay. Trying to remember what I did here. Okay. You know, I'm probably gonna die, but that's okay. I'm not feeling this round. Oh. Ah. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. That's okay. Yep. I had a feeling that would happen. That's okay. I need to look and remember what... What? Okay. I guess I had a second life that I could use. Great. Okay, just let me die. Cool. I guess I just have to be alive then. I guess I just have to be alive then. Did I just kill both of them? Oh my god. Well, I'm alive, I guess. That's great. Just great. Cool. Well, I made it through, I guess. Okay, cool. I don't know what these are. I still don't know what these things are. Okay, what are we doing? Talking to the guys? This is the border between the north and south of Ryoshima Coast. Many of our most treasured scenic spots lie beyond here. Unfortunately, they're all crawling with monsters at the moment. The border is here to stop them from forming a gang. Of course, travelers used to stop by it all the time in the old days. Okay. What is it, pup? You want to cross the border? You'll have to speak to my colleague if you do. But Queen Himiko's ordered the border to be sealed off. I'm sorry, but I'd give up if I were you, pup. Right? How do I get through? Here, let's see. Let's see this game guide. Alright. Anyway, back to Himiko's joint. Trick the guards again until you're back at the Sea of Flames. Pick up the oddly placed Traveler's Guide, Holy Artifacts first. Take Easton's advice. Equip the fire tablet, then cross the lava. So wait, do I have to go back into Saiyan City? Is that what it's telling me? Left to northern Ryoshima coast, straight to Saiyan City. Okay. Alright. So, trick the guards again until you're back at the Sea of Flames. I don't remember a Sea of Flames. Pick up the oddly placed travel guide, Holy Artifacts first. Let's see. Okay. Oh, you know what? I should really... You know, it's always good to save. It's always good to save. I shall save. At the safe spot. Right here. Okay. I'd save a million times after the Kaguya level. Yeah. Yeah, after everything that I read in the comments, that's like the hardest thing in the game. Even some of the boss fights are easier. Okay. Alright, so yeah, so Himiko's palace, I think. Alright. I think I remember going there before. Yes, and then I go here. I believe. Here. And then we'll save here. We'll do another save, just to be sure. Sister says the same thing about the boss fights being easier than that puzzle level. Yeah. Good to say. Good to hear. I never want to go through that again. That was horrible. I don't need to talk with her again. Okay. Plenty of RPGs I played. There's been that one boss that kills any desire to play the game ever again. Hell House and Final Fantasy VII Remake comes to mind. Okay. Oh, there was a way to trick them. Okay. Alright, how did I trick them before? Is there another way in? Was that it? I feel like there was like some kind of other way in or something, and then we got around them somehow. Is that it? Ugh, it's been so long. Okay. Let me go back. and look at this guide, see if I can find... Alright, the Imperial Palace. Big spider. Mysterious mist is flowing in a flask. Emperor. Next, go back. We did the... Okay, that was the blight. Rooster statue. Okay, speak to Kaguya. Alright, let me see if there's anything more here about Himiko. Okay. Oh, the cursed checklist. Ryoshima Coast. Okay, I don't remember how to trick them. Alright, Mr. Flower, Fireburst, Ryoshima Coast, Hayate, Blossom, Treasure Trove. There and back again. Trick the guards again until you're back in the Sea of Flames. How do I trick the guards? Oh, mist. How do I do mist? That's the thing. Yes. Okay. There we go. He gave the hint. Yay. Okay. So, trick the guards. Again, until you're back at the Sea of Flames. Shouldn't Himiko be busy in an ROTK game visiting China? Okay. Sea of Flames. Okay. That's right. Okay, okay. Got it. There's going to be a long cutscene, apparently. Holy artifacts. Okay. A pool of lava is the last thing I expected in a palace. You may be a god now, but you'd end up a crispy critter if you fell in this stuff. We won't give up that easy. Did Himiko really think this could stop the great Amaterasu? Why don't you just equip that thing you got? That Himiko's making things difficult. She must really have a good reason for wanting to keep people away. Let's keep going, Amy, but be careful. Oh, hang on a moment. Sorry about that. That was human mother. She had some, she had something that she needed to tell me. Yep. Let's equip the fire. Confirm. Wait. Yes. Confirm. Alright, back, back, back. Alright, so we can go, I think. There we go. Yay! We are protected from fire! Yay! Okay. What is... Why? Why? Okay. Why? I guess sometimes people try to prove how wealthy they are by having a lot of unnecessary rooms. Or sometimes also unnecessarily large rooms. Okay. Alright, there's gonna be a long cutscene here, apparently. Hey, Ami. I bet that's Himiko. Looks like that freaky shut-in is praying or something. Heh. The security here was pretty tight, but nothing we couldn't handle. Yeah, you tell her, Ami. Benevolent Amaterasu, I have been waiting for you. And Isun, the traveling artist. You too, of course. Hey, how'd you know our names? Anyway, first things first. You knew about that funky mist and the water dragon, didn't ya? You've got some explaining to do. Tell us what you're up to. My people, my poor people. Their suffering torments me, sickened by this mist and terrorized by the water dragon. The cries of their pain wash over me like a torrent. We know what's going on. You're tormenting the people of this city. You must be a monster feeding off the ill will it generates. Now stop stalling and raise this grimy old curtain. Come on, show yourself, you old hag. She's not an old hag. Isun, your words are very harsh. But you are right. It was rude of me to hide my face from you. Benevolent Amaterasu, I, Himiko, the ruler of Seian City, offer my most sincere apologies. Queen of Seian City, Himiko. He falls on the ground. As a ruler, I can't stand by and watch my people suffer. I, Himiko, will not allow this evil to darken Seian. My prayers will not cease until we are rid of this curse. Until I have located the hateful monster's stronghold, Oni Island. What's this about a monster stronghold? Are you saying that's the source of your city's problems? Can't say I've ever heard of Oni Island or whatever you call it. And what do you mean you're trying to locate the island? I mean, it's an island, right? It couldn't have just floated away. Oni Island is elusive. It vanishes each day at sundown, shifting to a new location. No one knows where in the vast, wide ocean it will reappear. So even if I wanted to dispatch an army there, it would never arrive. You don't say. Still, why'd you stay cooped up in this room all day long? I mean, what good will it do to simply pray day in and day out? Her head is literally on fire. She's trying to mess with us. This is the treasured crystal ball. My family, the Yamati clan, has ruled Seiyan City forever. This crystal ball has been passed down through the generations. I can foresee the future in it. It told me you were coming. And it will tell me where in the ocean Oni Island will appear next. Interesting. You could find Oni Island in a jiffy with that thing. Exposing a stronghold like Oni Island demands much holy power. But if our enemies knew about my prayers, they would stop at nothing to prevent me from my mission. And that is why I have locked myself away. Prayers are our only hope. But the spearhead of the enemy's forces may already be on its way. That's a pretty good story, Queenie. But I'll go along with it. I mean, what the heck? I'd do anything for a pretty lady. He would do anything for a pretty lady. That's Eason's entire personality. Ouch! Thanks for the warning. Be careful, you cannot approach me now. By taking this crystal ball in my hand, a powerful magical barrier is erected to dispel any misfortune. You will be struck down by divine forces if you try to approach. This crystal ball ensures my safety, even if my enemies learn of my prayers. The barrier will protect me from their attacks. Okay, so I can't... Alright, listen. Amaterasu, I entreat you once again. Will you hear my request, the request of all my people? Yes. The mighty water dragon now threatens the peace of the oceans. I don't know why it has suddenly turned to savagery. The water dragon is a sea god whose task is to maintain order. So though it may cause harm, we invite chaos if we try to slay it. In fact, without the water dragon, Oni Island is beyond our reach. What the heck's that supposed to mean? Quit beating around the bush and just spit it out already. The key to reaching Oni Island lies in the water dragon. Okay. Even if the crystal ball shows me the location of the island's powerful shield will prevent us from reaching it. Any attempts to break the shield will only result in our own pain. But the water dragon could break the shield with ease. It could form a bridge over the sea to the island. So you're saying that you'll reveal the location of Oni Island, and the water dragon will break the barrier around it? Is that the only way to get into the enemy's stronghold? But what about the water dragon? It's out of control, right? I seriously doubt it'll be happy to help us. That is why I must ask for your help, Amaterasu. Your powers could calm the water dragon and get it to help us. I cannot leave this palace, for my prayers require all my energy. You are the only one who can take on this important task. You've gotta be kidding me. Okay. It said there was something else I was supposed to get. the guide anyway. Watch over the long cutscene. Speak to Himiko's. She'll spit out the border key. Okay. So I have to keep listening to her. You want us to make friends with the rampaging water dragon? Well, I'll do anything for a cute babe, but if my boss here says no, there ain't much I can do. Well, boss? Are you gonna help Himiko or what? Yes. Bummer. Well, the boss has spoken. Huh? What was that, Annie? Oh, Amaterasu, you are truly benevolent. So I entrust you with this border key. Use this key to cross the border and continue into the land beyond. Alright, border key. It is said there is a race which controls the water dragon. They live in the sea beyond the border, in the Dragonian domain. They may have some connection with the dragon's recent behavior. Please calm the water dragon and open the path to Oni Island. Okay. I think we're done. Anything else look interesting in here? Not really. Okay. Now look at the mess you've gotten us into, Furball. Well, at least we know who's been controlling that water dragon. Let's go pay the Dragonian domain a visit. Okay. Save. Save. Yes. Save. Alright. Okay. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. There we go. Okay. Yay! We're out of there! That was a long cutscene. Okay. Can I do anything else in here? Can I wander about? Can I go in a circle? I've already done that because there is an open chest. Let's go. Yay! I'm so relieved. That was a horrible, horrible task. Hey, how'd you get in here, Mutt? This is terrible. How did you get past our foolproof defenses? How could we let Queen Himiko down like this? Get out of here, Mutt. Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Let's get out of here. Yay! We've completed. Alright. There we go. Okay, so after all that, I do not have to give up this game. I was so tempted. If the Princess Kaguya minigame was undefeatable for me, I probably would have stopped right there. Because like, let's just move on to some other games. But I really do want to complete this game. I really do. Let's see. So, goodness, my desk is a mess. Okay, so the guards are gonna let me pass this time around because I have the border key. Was it? No, it was over here. Then Waka's gonna show up. Hey, that's a border key. A permit from Queen Himiko for crossing the border. What on earth are you doing with something like that? Rules are rules. Anyone bearing this is allowed to pass here. You must be on some very important business, I suppose. I'll open the gate straight away. Thank you. Alright. I'm not gonna bite you this time. I won't bite you. I'll be nice. Alright, North Hiroshima coast. Now then, where's this Draconian domain? Sounds like something that might be under the sea. But I'd rather not have to get wet if I could help it. And it's not because I'm afraid of that pesky water dragon. It's just you swim so slow that you practically put me to sleep. Okay. And there's Waka. Bonjour, Amaterasu. I trust you enjoyed your little adventure through the hole. The city's air has sure cleared up thanks to you. Just ignore him and maybe he'll go away. Come on, Annie. Why so grumpy today? Didn't you notice the view? It used to be one big cursed zone out here, but yours truly pulled off one of those great divine interventions. What? I really wanted to wait for you two, but I couldn't stand leaving the sea in such a cursed state. Ah, the sea off Hiroshima coast is back to its beautiful self. Is this what they mean by prettier than a picture, my little friend? What's that supposed to mean, a pretty boy? Oh, just a little something I overheard somewhere. So my little bouncing friend, you're a wandering artist, no? I want to see how beautiful your paintings are. Just one would be fine. Pretty please. Huh? My art's none of your business. Why should I show you anyway? You really are in a bad mood today. You're not one of those imposters who claims to be an artist, but could not paint a picture if his life depended on it, are you? What? Oh, nothing. It's just something some old man mentioned. His grandson, who was also his apprentice, ran away from home. And he took the old man's painting of a wood sprite with him. Do you think he might claim to have painted that masterpiece? I mean, there are so many unscrupulous people out there. Sometimes it is hard to spot an imposter in the wide world of art. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you? I don't know what the heck you're talking about. Now make like a tree and leave. Or you can stick around if you'd rather get sliced and diced. Excusez-moi. You do not have to get all hot under the collar. It would appear I have struck a raw nerve. Well, since I have no prophecies or anything for you this time, I suppose I'll just be on my merry way. Au revoir, baby. Nice. Okay, he's gone. Alright, so... okay. Let's see what happens. Oh no. Not another one. Ugh. Okay, so it says to use Veil of Mist. I know I'm drawing those long. I'm just doing it because I can. Okay, 1, 2. There we go. Yay! Ooh, wait. There we go. Okay. Alright, there is an ad starting soon. Okay. I want to see if I can find a save point. Yes, I can. It is right there. Yay, save point! Save point! Yay, save point! Wait. There we go. Okay. Let's see. This area is actually quite pretty. Alright, so monsters, monsters, monsters. What does this have to say? No! Oh, come on. Really? What am I dealing with now? Oh. I hate these wheel things so much. Just get out of my way. You keep pushing me into the corner. Like, stop it. I need to remember what enemies need what, I think it's just because I haven't played the game for a while that I haven't really been able to, I've forgotten quite a bit. Okay, there we go. Great. Cool. I was not interested in fighting them. I want information to Island Cherry. Okay, so there is a Cherry Island. With the gentleman here. Yes, that's a great idea. That would sell like hotcakes. A donut in the shape of Oni Island. The Doni Nut. It'll be great. Look, you can see Oni Island from here. This is the perfect spot to sell Oni Island merchandise. Gotta make the best of a bad deal, right? Or you wind up miserable. Hey, you know, he's not wrong. That demon-shaped island appeared out of nowhere a while ago, when the water dragon went crazy and the city got that weird fog. All that's happened since that island turned up, and every day it looks like it's in a different place too. And there can't be a weirder sight anywhere in the world. Oni Island, eh? Bet it's gonna be tough getting over there. And once we get there, I bet we'll wish we never did. What are you muttering about? It's time to liven up and do some business. You want shopping duty pooch? Then take a look. Let's see what he has. Mermaid coin. No, I really don't need anything. Okay. But I can dig this up. Nice. But that's not what I was digging up. This is what I was digging up. Alright. Yay! Okay, pretty waterfall. Gotcha, gotcha. And what's this little house over here? Interesting. Hey, check out all this seafood drying on this pole. Fish dried like this will last a long time. Any decent fisherman knows that. Oh, I'm sorry. I just realized that we are on a ad break, so I'll feed them. I'll do a feed. All right, we'll feed the piggies. Piggy. Baby pigs are so cute. But when they get older, it's just like, what happened? I remember there was that trend. Wasn't there a trend in the 90s where people were getting pot-bellied pigs for pets? And a lot of people were buying them and were getting the wrong pigs. And they ended up getting actual pigs that would grow to large adult size instead of staying small. That was so weird. And then there were all the people who were buying very, very tiny dogs and walking around with purses that the tiny, tiny dogs could hold on to or hang out in. Alright, so Oni Island is where... Is that Oni Island over there? With the pole that goes up into the sky. Okay. Could be. Maybe. Maybe not. Ah, here we go. Entrance. Okay. Oh, hello.
Well, well, ain't you a fine-looking wolf? White as snow. What you doing in an old beach house like this, then? I ain't got nothing for you, but you can rest here if you like. Okay. Here. Urashima's always out fishing on his own. He must be lonely without any friends, poor thing. I feel terrible for him, but there's nothing I can do. It makes me so mad being so helpless.
Oh, there's nothing more. Okay. No, 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 no. Ugh. Okay. Is there anything over here? No? No. Okay. We'll go. Right now we're just wandering around. getting the lay of the land. Finding animals to feed. As one does. Okay. Looks like we've got something to dig up. Stray bead. I'm sure I'm gonna miss some. I'm sure I will. Let's feed these guys. They're herbivores, so they will probably... Cow! Cow! Look at the moo cow. Cow! Okay, bye cow. See, we're making friends everywhere. Alright, this water doesn't look good. I am very much wondering what's going on. Here. Let's talk to this person. Okay, they're trying to hit something. Well, there's a face I know. It's been a while, Poochie. Hey, you're the apple guy who was over by the big drawbridge. We didn't see you in the city. What are you doing here? Well, I've had a complete change of heart since then. I gave up my old job and set off on a journey to hone my skills. This suits me much better than my formal duties back in the city. Nippon's best archer and his bow, Goldenfire, are still in top form. Here, Poochie, why not have a bite to eat and relax a bit? Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm still supposed to listen to him. Hang on. What? Is that some sort of training to hone your skill? You got it. See that fruit hanging on the tree over on that little island? That's what I'm aiming for. I'm going right back to the basics. But that fruit is as hard as stone. Nothing damages it, even if I hit it dead center 100 times. It sounds strange, but that's what makes it a good target. Here, Poochie, why not have a bite to eat and relax a bit? Does he have something else to say? Yeah, that's just the same thing. Just the same thing. Okay. But he gives me another apple, so hey. I'm guessing at some point we need to go over to that island to find out what the heck that actually is. I'm curious about the... Oh, there. There's the Oni Island. Hi, Oni Island. Are you an Oni? Or are you an island? Or are you both? Anything else I can find? Oh, I think... What, was I... Was I supposed to explode these? Or was I supposed to dig? I don't know what's in there. I'm not sure I want to go in. Here, let's see. Let's see what the guide says. Let's see what the guide says. Okay. After saving... Okay, so... There's supposed to be... Back here... Monkey, or puppy. Feed.
Feed the friend. Always feed the friends. Alright. We got Puppy. There's something back here that I was supposed to swim toward. Like in a little island somewhere. Oh, well, you know what? There's something to dig. No. There we go. Stray bead. Okay. Ah, yes, here we go. This is what I'm supposed to do. Okay. Dig, 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 the whole day through. Ooh. No, that's not what I was doing. There we go. And it looks like there's another friend. It's kitties. It's kitties. It's a calico. Oh. Look. Something you gotta know about me is I just really like cats, okay? I just really, really like them. I'm sorry. They're just cute and funny and smart. And sometimes completely silly. Okay, anything else over here? Walk around here a little bit. Is there any? Nope. Okay. We shall go back. Yeah. Turbine. Wait. Oh, come on. Get me a spot. Oh no! Are you kidding me? Wait, where am I supposed to get back across? That's where I jumped in. There, let's try over here. There we go. Alright, Where's your mirror? Got that. After saving, you now teleport to a special area if you bought a frog pot earlier. Okay. Did I buy a fog pot? I don't know. Because apparently you can do that? No, I guess not. Okay, after saving you may now teleport to a special area if you bought the fog pot earlier. Done X over the red X already on the mirror. I don't think I have it. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Here, I'll just save. Yes. Okay. Alright, let's get out of here. little northeast across the bridge. Rather along the northern path towards a small house on the beach. There's some foxes. Okay, I'm not supposed to cross the bridge. There are some foxes, apparently. There are some foxes. Okay. Where are the foxes? Feed our friends. Okay, this is Umi's restaurant. I just love the smell of seafood. Okay, let's see. What is to be found around here? What is to be found? I said there are foxes over here somewhere. I don't see any. I did go kind of roundabout, so... No! What is this guy? I don't remember this guy at all. What is this gold guy? Okay. Alright, there we go. Alright. Yay, you're back. Okay. I am mostly just exploring right now, so just doing some exploring. Crystal. Eee. Okay, where are we? Ah, there's the foxes. There we go. Are they seed? No. I think they might be meat. Well, that makes sense. They're canines. I've seen a few foxes in the area where I live. Not a lot of them, though. Like, just, maybe a handful of them. Okay, actually, you want to hear something crazy? Human Mother saw a moose in the cemetery across the street from my house. How did she find a moose? And I didn't see it. I'm so upset. I should have been allowed to see the moose. Oh, hey, Evie, how you doing? So yeah, I'm so disappointed because Human Mother saw a moose and I did not get to see it. So disappointed. A moose in a cemetery, right? Oh, welcome. We're happy to see anyone in here at the moment, even a dog. There just isn't any fresh fish available these days. We've hardly got any customers at all. We're well known for our chef, Mr. Umi's fresh fish dishes. I hope you'll get to try one of them. Cool. Okay. I feel like that's an anime villain origin story. I just want to see a moose. I've lived here so long without seeing a moose. Goodness gracious, whatever will I do? Even I, the great chef Umi, can't cook without ingredients. I'm at the end of my rope. Cyclone Chef Umi. Listen, doggy, can I bend your furry little ear? There's no good fish here lately, and I can't cook without fish. I feel like I'm starting to lose my touch. I've had enough. There's gotta be something around here that'd make a good meal.
Hey, what are you looking at?
No, it would be too much effort getting all that fur off of you. I need some juicy fruits of the sea to show what I can do. And they must be fresh. It's an insult to the sea and the fish if the dish goes wrong. Now, I don't know what the story is with the water dragon, but I do know that the fish I need aren't being caught. Still, I've asked the fisherman. I can't do any more than that. I guess all I can do is sit tight and wait for good news. But there's fish right there.
Wow, it's just packed with every kind of seafood imaginable. No nibbling, furball. These look like some serious ingredients.
He has loads of fish. He has loads of fish. Okay, alright, okay. I guess there's nothing left to do here. Doesn't look like there's anything left to do here. Alright, so they need more fish. We'll help them out later. Okay. Alright, let's go. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We're not getting anything from them right now. Okay. So I am starting to get a little tired, so I might stop in a little bit. Just because of... Wait. Who are these little guys? I don't even know what they are to feed them. Are they cats? They are cats! I once saw a fox in the highway. I recognized it by the fluffy tail. It walked to the middle of the road, then turned its head toward the way it was coming from, as if deciding whether to go ahead or go back. I was super worried because I had no way to avoid it. I honked until it decided to run back the way it was coming from. I felt super relieved. I feel the same. Like, I always worry about animals in the road. Like that whole thing that whole incident a few weeks back when I rescued the turtle that was trying to cross the street into the cemetery. Like, you know? And the cars were just coming. They were coming so fast. But yeah. I once ran over a dead turkey. That wasn't fun. Those things are huge. It wasn't on purpose either. It was just in the middle of the road. Somebody had already hit it. Okay. No fighting for me. I'm going to avoid the fights. I do not want fights right now. Okay, so we talked to this dude. Our merchant bro. Okay, so it said talk to the merchant bro. I already did. Run east. Keep advancing east. I don't know. A turkey. Yeah, literally a turkey. In the middle of the road. Yeah. You know, the thing I don't like about this guide is it gives like directions, but the game doesn't actually give you directions. It's like, okay, so there's that.
Devil Gate. Okay, so I actually need to go through there. Yeah, but there's a lot of turkeys around here. It's actually a good thing, too, because they like to eat ticks. So they're really helpful to the environment, although they are mean animals. Do not try to befriend a turkey. They are not nice. Come on. Hey! Get down here. Nope. Hey. I'm gonna get you. See? Got you. Get over here. Come on. Get over here. Stop it. See, you're so scared of me, you're just flying. Oh, hi Karna, how you doing? I hope your stream went well. And welcome everybody. If one of my mods is here, can you shout out Karna, because I can't with this game. It's very difficult to do so. Oh, Monster Hunter, nice, yeah. That is a game I have to play. Jeez, I hate this guy. Stop it. Go away. There. Go away. Go away. I hate you. Go away. Go away. Stop it. There we go. Yay. I'm not even trying to fight well. I don't think that worked, Panda. But yeah, welcome Raiders. I am Aspen Dracaena, your friendly neighborhood Ice Dragon Bookwyrm VTuber. I play a lot of games that tend to be heavy in story content. And I'm also a published author. And bunnies! Sorry. They're so cute though. No, they need the herbs. There we go. So yeah, I play a lot of games that have heavy story content. I do like some horror games. I also like some chill games. So yeah. One of my favorite games is Crime Scene Cleaner. I've been playing that a lot more lately. I feel like it has both cozy and horror vibes. A port of that DS game? I don't know. Alright, little girl. Oh, hello, doggy. Have you come to see Cat Call Tower? You can hear it from here. That cat crying, it sounds so sad. The tower was built on that island a long time ago. They say there's a huge cat statue at the top. It used to be a real cat before. But after it lived for a really long time, it turned into a god. Then it built the tower to watch over the world from the top. But the tower was so high, the cat got scared and couldn't come down. It was up there for so long that it turned into stone in the end. And it's been alone up there ever since. This girl is talking a lot. Okami-den. Okay.
That's why it cries like that, even now. Isn't that just the saddest story you've ever heard?
That is pretty sad.
Huh? You want me to tell you about the cat called Cower over again?
No, I don't. That's fine. Nah, that's okay. That's cool. Bunch of cat paw prints over the tower walls. Okay. Why do the bunnies keep pushing me around? Interesting. Okay, so the tower. Okay, that's the tower over there. That goes up straight into the sky. It's like, if any of you've been to San Francisco, or if you look it up, look up Coit Tower. Coit Tower in San Francisco. Coit Tower is like that, but you could actually see the top. Yes is no and no is yes. Do you want to hear the story again? Okay, and there's a kitty. Here's another kitty statue. Okay, anything else over here I should be aware of? There's the waterfall. I think there's another one right below me. I thought I saw something on the other side. I'll see. Okay. I'm not going to be playing for very much longer. I just want to warn you. I will try to raid somebody, though. I always feel bad when somebody raids me and I'm ending my stream shortly thereafter. So we did the cat girl, we did the tree thing, we did... What else do we need to do? I think there was something else we're trying to get. Okay. Alright, so I need to actually swim over to that island, I think. The island with the guardian tree. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Mac. I really appreciate that. Here, let's do this. Let's make a lily pad. And jump on. And then we can whoosh to the other side. Whoosh to the other side. Impromptu boat. Okay, I think I'm listing to one side a little too much. Oh, how am I going to get up there? I think I can double jump that. I'm not sure, though. Can I double jump it? Oh, that's awfully high. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Let's go a little closer. I might be able to. No, 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 no. Stop. That's not the direction I wanted you to go. Okay. I want you to go this direction. Okay. Okay. Let's try this. I'll just make another lily pad. And that might be easier. I think I have to go somewhere that's a little less high than that. Okay, no! Okay, let's just do this. Let's do this. No! Swim over this way. No, no, no. No, no, no. Okay. Almost. Oh, okay. I'll just do some lily pad hopping. That's fine. And try over here. Almost. Almost. I think we're almost there. I think we're almost there. Oh my goodness. How am I supposed to get up there? This is crazy. Is there some place a little shorter? There's got to be something. The guide says I can go over there. Yeah, maybe there's got to be something. All right. We'll just be like frogs and hop the lily pads. Let's try over here. Okay. Oh. It's like just a touch too high. Okay. Just a touch. Just a touch. That was my fault. That was not a good jump. Okay. For real. Oh, you know what? You're so right. Let's see if I can do that. Here, let's see. No, it's not. Ugh. Here, let's just swim for a bit. Oh, yes. You know what? You were right. It's right there. It was right there. It was around the back. Okay. Alright, so let's make a new lily pad. We're just gonna ride for a bit. No. That's not what I wanted. Okay. No, why is it... Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No. Okay, that was not a lily pad. Ugh. Okay. Fine. It just wants me to lily pad hop, then let's lily pad hop. It does not want to take me on a sea voyage. It just wants me to jump like a frog. But that's okay. Frogs are pretty cool. Oh, did I tell you guys? Did I tell you? And I should not be saying guys. I should be saying everyone. Let's be inclusive here. So, Human Mother's boyfriend, security guy, he has a swimming pool in his yard. And, he has not been able to take care of his swimming pool this year because he's been recovering from his injuries from the car accident. And so what ended up happening is a bunch of frogs moved into his swimming pool, and now his swimming pool is filled with tadpoles. Now he's had like squirrels go into the swimming pool and stuff. I think the bear in the neighborhood has gone into a swimming pool once, but this time he just has like hundreds of tadpoles in his swimming pool. I think it's really interesting how nature will take over. His dreams of a nice pool to swim in have croaked. Such a dad joke. He would appreciate that. I think he would laugh. And then he'd be really upset again because his precious swimming pool is unusable. Leapfrog. Okay, go sit there. Is it you, Sans? I love how I'm spending an entire night in Okami just trying to get over to this island. In Okami time. Right there. See? Oh, look. There we go. Okay. Now we can do stuff. Yes. Traveler's Charm. Got it. Okay. And I'm sure this is another clover. Oh. There we go. Nice. Okay. That eyeball. Oh, that's not an eyeball. It's a gate. It looks, you know, that looks... So that looks like an eyeball in between the trees, doesn't it? And it's not. It's just a gate. It just looks like an eyeball. Okay, so let's see. I think we're supposed to cut down this weird stone fruit thing. What? Yeah, it does look like an eyeball, doesn't it? Oh, examine? Wow, this guardian sapling is just bursting with blossoms. It's even starting to bear fruit. Of course, it's not ripe yet, so keep your furry paws off. But I'm supposed to cut it off. It says I'm supposed to cut it off. Yeah, there's a giant zombie hiding in those trees, man. I know it. Okay, so... let's see. Let's see. Oh, I'm supposed to go into that spot I dug. Okay. Power slash the hanging fruit for 30 praise. See, I'm doing what it said to do. Yeah, it's, ugh. Come on, game. Either the guide is wrong or the game is wrong. Yeah, it's not working. It says power slash. This is power slash. Yeah, that was useless. Okay. Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna head back here and go back into that hole that I opened up. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, what? I still had energy. Come on. Okay. So wait. Okay. Alright, let's take a look. Is there a way to get higher on the tree? No. Okay. So, yeah, I was slashing, like, here. Yeah. It's like you can do on the peach thing or above it. On the tree. Yeah, it's just not doing it. Or maybe the wind? You could try. And that just gives me the sun. I swear, sometimes this game, like, I think it's not sure what it's doing. Yeah. Okay, let's try. Whoosh. Yeah, it's not doing anything. Let's see. It says slash the hanging fruit. Yeah, it says power slash the hanging fruit for 30 praise. Alright, alright. Let's look around though. Let's see what's here. I think I need nighttime though. Because there's supposed to be something else buried, and usually there's the white light that comes up from the ground that tells you, yep, there it is. There we go. Oh. There we go. Nice. A pearl. Yay. And that is my birthstone. Okay. Alright. I should really... My throat is starting to get tired because I do voices in this game that I don't really have to do. And my throat's getting kind of wonky right now. So, let's see. Let's go back this way. Okay. Alright. That's not what I was going to do, but okay. Alright. I think we could get back to that, There, I'll go to that one. That one's further out. Okay. Alright, you know what? Frog jump. Frog jump. Actually, no, I can't frog jump anymore. Okay. Let's see. We'll get there. We'll get there. See, it's right there. We'll get to the dock and everything will be fine. Okay. I am using up so much ink. No. Ugh. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna swim a little bit. 4, 5, and then... no. No! No, 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 no. Get back here. Okay. Okay. Well, that was good. Okay. There we go. And then we can just swim back. Yay! Okay, we're gonna get there, we're gonna get there. Yes. Yes. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. Now let's go back up here. Because we need to go back in that hole that I dug and didn't go into. Wait. It was somewhere. Where was it? It was up here, wasn't it? Oh my gosh, am I wrong? Where's the hole? Where's my magical hole? Filled with good stuff in it. Oh, it's down there. Go in the hole. So many bunnies! Okay. This is nice. Okay. Let's see. bunnies. Feed them. Yay! I am unashamed of my dorkiness when it comes to cute animals. I am unashamed thoroughly. It is okay. I mean, look how many there are. It's a kingdom of bunnies. They're kind of pushy, but that's okay. Golden peach, nice. Okay. Stray bead. Oh. Did not mean to. Ah! There we go. Boar statue. I think I've gotten one of those before. I'm not sure though. Alright. Okay, bunnies, relax. Bunnies. Jeez Louise. Are they gonna come over here too? Yeah, they're super enthusiastic. I guess they're allowed to be enthusiastic. Alright, cool. I like the black and white one over there. Like, all of them are kind of grayish. Then there's the one black and white one. Alright. Okay, so what I'm gonna do... I'm gonna stop about here. I want to stop before the commercial starts so I can get a raid going. I will be back on Sunday for, I think I'm going to be continuing at Dead of Night. Yeah, maybe I need to circle the fruit. I'm not sure. It's so weird. Oh, and that's the transport thingy. Okay, I'm really reluctant to do the mermaid bead thing. I don't know why. I guess I just kind of like wandering. But anyway. Alright, I'm gonna do one last save. And we'll find somebody to raid. Yes. Okay. Alright, so let's see. Return to title. Yes. Okay. This game is really hard to get out of. Okay. Quit game. Yes, thank you. Okay. Let's see. Who can we raid? Who can we raid? Let's find someone cool. Okay. So I usually try to raid people who don't... Oh, we should raid Shark Paladin. He is cool. We've played Repo with him. He's doing a Peak collab right now. So let's raid Shark Paladin. Okay. All right. Have a good time zone, everybody. Bye.